What's up guys, Beast Force here and welcome back to my Phineas and Ferb breakdown. Season 1 and Season 2 is completed and now we're moving on to Season 3 of the original one of Phineas and Ferb. Just announcing Comic Con in the past couple of days that Phineas and Ferb is set to premiere the next batch of new episodes in 2026 as it would be the last episode for this week before taking a hiatus, just like in Season 4. And also, new episode will not drop on Disney Plus until 2026, which is a huge sigh of relief because I own Disney Plus and some of the episodes haven't from the new one hasn't come out yet, which is such a shame. And that's not what we're just gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about the start of season 3 of Phineas and Ferb, and it includes the animation, the backgrounds of the buildings got better, the color gradients, and plenty of more. And also, there are a bunch of weird episodes there and there, and it does very well. I used to think season 3 was the weakest out of the series, but looking back at it now, I think season 3 deserves a lot of credit as it's given for, as I think it's better than season 2 at times, even though I prefer season 2. It's easily better than season 1 and better than season 4, even though I like season 4. All the seasons are pretty good in Phineas and Ferb. We have episodes that's going back to the olden times. We have a 21-minute special of Excalibur, also another episode of the Chronicles of Meat, and also a movie to top it off, which is Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension. If this is your first breakdown, you're curious to know how the rating system works, there's a detailed description down below along with my other videos in my playlist. The first episode of season 3 of the production order is called Run Candace Run, premiered on March the 11th, 2011 on Disney Channel US, written by Michael Diedrich, Anton Gilbard, Kyle Mankey, and also Perry Zombolos. Phineas and Ferb's newest invention is a pair of boots that make the wearer extraordinarily fast. Candace decides to wear them so that she can go be in two places at once, at Jerry's family picnic and at the library where she promised Mom she would read to the kids. Meanwhile, Dr. Doofus' building is put up to sale so that he tries to convince a prospective buyer that it is not worth buying. I forgot to realize that in season 2 he actually smiles, but in season 1 he doesn't in the intro, but I'm glad they changed that to make sure that that shows Phineas feeling what he does. We got previous shots of season 3 Summer Belongs to You, Ain't No Kiddie Ride, Spa Day, and also ALGLTT Aglet, and also Wizard of Oz, Hide and Seek, Evian's first appearance, and the Balgians, and also Atlantis. Nice. Welcome to season 3 of Phineas and Ferb.
Land animal in the world, possessed of incredible speed.
And yes, cheetah is the fastest animal, but the fastest animal is the peregrine falcon, which can run to 389 kilometers speed. But in the fastest ones is actually a cheetah, which is rightly so. But other animals are quicker than that when it comes to air.
Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today.
I'm going to Jeremy's family picnic in the park, and they are all going to love
And that is one, Candace, but you'll find out when you get there.
composed Candace. Confident, cool, and relaxed. Stop judging me!
Not so confident are you, Candace? Ha!
Read to the kids' book club today while I help reorganize cookbooks.
Hello?
Candace, we're about to go on.
And Stacy's dressed up as a horse or a donkey or whatever, but poor Stacy, she is completely forgotten about in this episode as Candace is focusing elsewhere.
What about that Jeremy thing?
Don't you have a catchphrase?
Hey, have you seen Perry around?
In that Dr. Doofenshmirtz has missed a few of his mortgage payments.
As we see evident in later episodes that Charlene pays for Doofenshmirtz's mortgage for his apartment.
Loaded. She's loaded, you know. Ka-ching.
I wouldn't be surprised if Heinz Doofenshmirtz married her because of that, maybe just to pay the mortgage for him to build the nators. That is a weird thing. Looks like the animation of Perry has been left behind a bit.
Body is built to run at amazing speed.
The first invention in season 3 has to be speed of similar to the cheetah to match it, which is very, very well done. I like it.
And build our very own super shoes.
And we get to see the bloopers of how it's made similar to the beak. This is very similar to Perry earlier. Phineas' animation has left behind, but this time he's in speed, so I'll count it.
Hi, Candace! must be in two places at one time.
These super shoes looks quick. I would love one of these. Imagine I can go forward and back, get a shop and go back home, go to the store and go back home. That would be interesting.
Or maybe I'll run.
And that gives a good idea for Candace to use these super shoes so that she can be at two places at once, which will be interesting.
Chocolate chip cookie? They're freshly baked.
We saw Doofus's room a lot of times in season 2 and season 1. Nice to see it again.
You're selling my building? Short notice.
I'm sorry, Mr. Doof.
The guy with the glasses is just messing with him. Doofus, you better pay the mortgage. That's a message to everyone. If you have a house, you have to pay the mortgage, the debt, the gas bills and everything. Otherwise, you will lose your house or apartment or stuff.
Oh, it's you. I'm sorry, Perry the Platypus.
This is the first episode of season 3 of the production order, and Perry doesn't get to fight Doof as he focuses on something else in his mind.
For our evil scheme today. Fight, it could be in a cardboard box, because that's where I'll be living.
As Perry the Platypus walks away as he finds out that there's no evil today, but Doofus reminds him of he could be homeless if he doesn't pay the mortgage, and Perry the Platypus is like, shit, you're right. If he be homeless, what are they going to fight? Which is very interesting, but I like how Perry the Platypus tries to help instead against him. Even though they're nemesis, they do really care about each other.
That? Ah, it's a nice picture of Charlene. You mean call her and ask her for money? Never. Told you so. Don't get the gargoyles, Hein. Gargoyles are a good investment.
Oh dear, you should have listened to Charlene. You should never pay on gargoyles. That really cost you a lot of money. You could have been paying the mortgage and the apartment won't get for sale, but we'll see what happens. Really loving the design of the gargoyle. It has horns. Look at the packs right there. It looks very stunning.
Make this place unsellable. Indian burial ground. True story.
The first thing they did with test with the super boots was drag racer, and it succeeded very well. The boots are very fast, just like Flash from DC.
Better than those completely unstable prototypes we made earlier.
Oh no, you know what that means, people? Yes, and Candace is gonna use the unstable prototype boots, which actually will make her run uncontrollable like this. First appearance of season 3 of The Library. The last time we did it in a breakdown was in Meat Plus in St. Louis in season 5.
Kids, this is Candace.
It's Smorky the Giant Rabbit's family picnic.
Man, look at Smokey enjoying a picnic as you get to see the fun of the book.
Yes? Why is your neck so long?
Sally is questioning about Candace's neck, which continues the trend in season 5.
You great. Rap Farbu Gola.
And Sally has another voice actress now. There are 2, but this is another one in this episode. But in Run Candace Run, she is voiced by none other than Alison Stoner, who did the voice for Isabella. The lion statues outside the library is very similar to New York Public Main Branch Library. Well, indeed, even though Candace may use the unstable super boots, you get to see she is still controlling things, but it will cause a lot of damage.
Came out of nowhere.
I did. Me too.
She hit the cup just like that. What is going on right now?
Oh, my folks.
Hey there, darling.
Nice to see you.
This is the first time that Miss Johnson speaks. She does appear in cameo with Linda and Vivian Garcia Shapiro in season 1 and season 2, but this is the first time she speaks in the Phineas and Ferb, and that's in season 3, finally. And she's also voiced by none other than the great Jane Lynch, who does Sue from Glee.
Nice to see you.
And Jack Johnson is voiced by none other than Todd Stashwick, who also did Star Trek in 2023. And Dr. Dragon in the live-action movie Kim Possible.
Candace.
Even Joey's mom and dad have appreciation for Candace and approved it, except Susie, who still has a bad thing for Candace, as we've seen evident in season 1 and season 2.
Birthday girl.
They're from the...
I never liked you.
And she appears again, Grandma Hilligar. Haven't seen them since season 1. Crack the Whip. Was it when she has a run-in with Betty Jo? And we wish we get to know what happened in the end, but she does appear for the first time in season 3.
Let's get the lead out, kiddies.
It's working! Good.
Everything okay, Candace?
Perfect timing. If Linda didn't see, she would be very upset, but perfect timing from Candace.
Yeah, it's all this reading. Makes my throat dry.
Same thing, Candace. Also, stay hydrated, people.
You don't have to. He knew his friend had worked hard to make the pie and feel when he saw the pie was gone.
Man, it just has to be pie. It's just never a running. It's always been the running gag of Phineas and Ferb of Linda mentioning pie.
So bad. He might even feel mad.
You heard that? That sound was from what is it? What episode was it? Watching and Waiting. Was it Don't Blink?
I have to go to the bathroom. Take her!
It's weird that Candace is running at normal speed while she puts Linda and Sally into inside of the bathroom, but when she goes out, she uses speed.
Or planned purple and green?
The woman with the glasses with the brown hair, this is Annabelle, as the Johnsons is looking for her for decades, as she has been missing for years. And also she is voiced by Tina Fey, which her design is based around her.
Go! Sonic Boom.
And they're using the sound for Sonic Boom, which means from an aircraft or other object for traveling faster than the speed of sound, which is that what it means, which Phineas and Ferb did. And there's Annabelle's shrine, as there is Ducky Momo, as it confirmed that she did like Ducky Momo when she was little. And there's Annabelle, young version of her, as she does wear glasses still to this day.
The Annabelle Shrine.
She sort of wandered off about 20 years ago.
20 years? We went into the future in Quantum Bagaloo, but Annabelle has been wandering off for 20 years. So Phineas and Ferb takes place in 2007 or 2008. So Annabelle must be gone since 1987 or 1988, which is a very long time when you think about it.
Annabelle!
I am surprised there are no rules in this. That is considered cheating, but nobody cares.
Something right there.
Goes with you flush.
What an active imagination. Little ragamuffins in your capable hands, Candace.
Can you imagine Candace doesn't have her boots? It would have been a very tricky situation, but since she had them, she can be at two places at once, and she can handle herself. The first song of season 3 of Phineas and Ferb is called Run Candace Run, which is actually the title of this episode, and it's also a reference to Run Lola Run, the film. And this song is a great vibe as you listen to it. It is so good. Look at Grandma Hiller got happy as Candace ruins everything. This song is very underrated, even though it doesn't get as much appreciation as the other song. This is actually one of my favorite songs, even though it doesn't get much appreciation. I like it. It has a vibe to it. Man, look at slow motion as the guy knows that. Nice. Oh, there's Miss Sassy K. The music choreography is killing it again, but look at Candace's face. It looks so weird. Look out for that tree is actually a theme song for Curious George.
Just too darn fast.
According to the test, the speed of sound can reach 767 mph, which is 1,235 kilometers, and in the speed of light, it can reach 671 million mph. The only person that can run through speed of light is Wally West and Barry Allen, which plays it to the strengths of science of being the light, which is very impossible, but they can do it. Maybe Phineas and Ferb can do it, but they can't.
My favorite year!
Fake, it's made out of cardboard. Look, I live next door and I've got pants on my head.
Our lives will always be interesting!
Poor Doofus, he's tried every of his best trying to get rid of it or do something crazy, but it's not working, and he's gonna have to sell up.
Non una parola.
Yeah, that's Doofus not speaking Italian. It means nothing please in English.
This is it! This is the place! We'll take it!
Candace, man, you're just fucking up the place.
We're gonna check out some other neighborhood.
Oh, look at this weird thing. Candace just grabs her as she goes away.
Am
Hilda's who would have guessed she'd live this long 85th birthday.
Grandma Hilgard is 85. Before, she was 84 in Crap the Whip. So that means in 20 years in the future, she will be 105. No way that she will live that long there. But wow, she has lived longer than I expected, along with Betty Jo.
All she's meant to us.
That voice. Can it be possible? She's got the birthmark. It's little Annabelle.
After 20 years, Candace actually accidentally found Annabelle as she has the birthmark. Looks like she's reunited with the Johnsons.
Uncle Jack.
As I haven't explained it before, Hilgar's children is Joe Johnson, which we've seen in season 1, and Jack Johnson, we've seen many times.
Should have taken that job hanging Anvil.
So that's what she did when she disappeared, hanging Anvil. I can show you a picture of what she did. That is just, wow.
Be good to her, Jeremy. This one's a keeper.
And the best part about this, Grandma Hilgard approves and urges Jeremy to keep a good eye on Candace, that she can be a keeper, and she does, as they already are boyfriend and girlfriend. And also, this is the last time we get to see Grandma Hilgard, as you don't need her in a lot of episodes, but it's nice to see her closure right there as it is.
To tear this place down and build a greeting card factory.
Don't gloat, Perry the Platypus.
He is not gloating, Dr. Doofus. He's trying to help you. Even though he's your nemesis, he's really trying to help you.
Charlene, you told me so.
Rating the first episode of season 3 of Phineas and Ferb. The plot will get a 3. The idea for Phineas and Ferb to make super shoes is genius, as they did kind of testing like the racer and the light, which they failed in the end. But it's not focused on them, as you don't need it, as it focused mostly on Candace, as she had to do 2 places at once. She avoided Stacy, so she had to go to a library to read the book in front of the kids and to hang around with Jeremy, and she used the prototype boot, as she just miscontrols it at times, and it works in its own unique way. And nice to see that, as well as Candace is getting the love in the end, as she found Annabelle and she is proved by Grandma Hildegarde, as she urges Jeremy to take good care of her. I really like the Doofus scene, as it is a bit realistic, as we've seen Doofus need money for the mortgage, as Perry the Pirate urges to call his ex-wife for money, and he does at the end. Characterization will get a 5. As much as we don't get Phineas and Ferb, as they're just consistent as usual in this episode, as well as Doofus and Perry, even though Doofus is not doing evil in this episode, but that's not what it's focused on. As Candace goes at 2 places at once by using the super shoe, as she goes to do with Jeremy on Grandma Hilgard's birthday, as we get to see her. And this is actually her last appearance, as she does approve of Candace in the end, which is nice, and she has a change of heart. It's nice to see Mr. and Miss Johnson right here, as we do get to see more of them in the future as they go visit Candace's house in the future. And very nice to see all of them all around together, including Annabelle, as everyone in this episode is very sweet. Visuals, it gets a 4. It's not as stunning as the previous episode of season 2, as we do get one stunning animation in season 3 with the visuals and the backgrounds, as it's not as much as Doof and Perry, as we get to see more shining on Candace, as well as Phineas and Ferb doing tests for the super shoe. Overall, it's a very well done episode with a lot of things happening around everywhere. And the gargoyles too. Importance, it's a 3. It's very remembered for the gimmicks and the song of Run Candace Run, even though it's underrated, and it's also the first episode of the production order. And we also get to see more Candace and Jeremy, which is the first time, if you're watching this in production order, we get to see them as boyfriend and girlfriend. Entertainment, 5. 20 out of 25. This is actually a very good start to season 3 so far, with the fun gimmick, not focusing much on Phineas and Ferb, as we get more new things with the same jokes and the same gimmicks and the same formula as well, even though some of it has changed. I hope we get to see more once it continues. So move on to the next one. Antoine Gilbert, Jeff Myers, and Mike Roth wrote on an episode called Last Train to Busville. premiered on March the 11th, 2011 on Disney Channel US. While visiting their grandparents, the kids decide to create and race a giant hot air balloon. Meanwhile, Candace is inspired by the train engineer Glenda's can-do attitude and decides to give up on busting her brother. On the other side of town, Dr. Nuha finds a dodo bird egg and is convinced that it is a fierce bird monster that can help him take over the tri-state area.
Wow, yes, it's really beautiful up here.
Camp Phineas and Ferb. We haven't been there since the Ballad of Bad Beard in season 1. Hasn't been in season 2, but the first is season 3. And this is the third time that Phineas and Ferb and the gang will visit in Phineas and Ferb camp. Nice dodge, Baljeet.
Well, I'll probably try to bust you guys. Fail again. Disappointment and regrets.
And we've seen it many times. The adventures that Phineas and Ferb build, Candace tries to bust them, and ultimately it disappears as Candace fails once again. And it's going to be continuing running gag even in season 5 of the Phineas and Ferb revival.
Candace already knows what she's gonna do today.
Oh, how's the antique business?
Staying in the antique business.
And they do own an antique business, but we only see the future, as we haven't seen the Flynn Fletcher having an antique business until later on in season 3 when we get there.
Dad, hi, Grandpa. We're not interrupting, are we?
No.
Man, I like Grandpa Clyde. He's like, Phineas and Ferb are interrupting. He's like, no, it's fine. I like to know more about Grandpa Clyde's past, but overall, I like him here.
The time you built a balloon and won the most famous balloon race in history.
I built a balloon and I won the most famous balloon race in history.
Oh boy, I really like to know it if we've shown it, but at least we got an answer of why he won the balloon famous race.
Oh, he makes history come alive.
Come on, Ferb. I know what we're gonna do today.
2 in 1 episode? What the F?
Where's Perry?
Good morning, Agent P. Experiencing an unprecedented shortage here. Weren't you listening? Go make some eggs.
What is the chicken doing in Perry's lair?
You might want to use the sugar, unless you want salty lemonade.
Good thing Betty Jo knows, because that would have made it so salty with the sour in it. And you know my feelings with sour.
Glasses. Wow, now everything is a different kind of blurry.
And she's going to be wearing that for the rest of the episode, as well as Candace busting will fail once we get to there.
Come on in. Everyone, you remember Glenda, female train conductor in the entire tri-state area. And today is Glenda's last trip.
And the most part weird about this is Betty Jo and Linda are talking to themselves, voiced by Caroline, which is strange but very hilarious.
Nobody's ever taken a train up Gearhart Summit. It's too steep. Not one to give up.
That right there is Glenda Wilkins, and her kids is the Wilkins brothers who we saw in Just Passing Through in season 2. And she's voiced by none other than Jonas Cusack, who you know for voicing Jessie in Toy Story.
They told me to give up, but I never give up.
And that gives Candace thoughts of her not giving up, but Candace of herself thinking about giving up later once we get to there.
I'll go. Sounds like fun. That's a woman who would never give up.
I don't know how I didn't think of it before. Oh, give up?
The song is about to play is called Give Up, which is one of the most inspiration songs of Phineas and Ferb, which happens to people in real life when something goes wrong or you can't do it, just give up. And this is one of them.
Have goals per se when you...
He's trying to do math, so Candace urges him to give up. But look at that. He said 98. It's 10 times 9 equals 90.
Give up.
Candace urges people to give up, which I can't really blame her. Everyone does. Man, this dude's getting absolutely fucked. Look at the different type of people giving up right there as the rest follows. Man, there are so many Candace singing there. And look at the flowers there. Very well done with the choreography song. Even though it kind of like... I like how it flips to Candace saying, give up.
Aw, it's beautiful, man.
She is resting with the rabbits and the squirrels, even though what happened in Comedian comments, squirrels on my pants. As you get to see, the roof opens in 2 layers right there, as Phineas and Ferb's balloon goes up, as their faces look very the same thing, as you get to see Phineas' face be weird as it pops up, as Phineas and Ferb rise on the balloon, which is very interesting.
What you doing?
The first What You Doing in season 3.
You at the summit, slowpokes.
We get to see 4 of the balloons, Phineas and Ferb, Buford, as Isabel has a different one, which is a heart shape. Probably for Phineas Flynn, his crush.
Weight seems to be hampering our progress. How does dangling me from a rope?
Poor Balji, he's gonna get dangled in everywhere.
Vacation condo.
Haven't been there since the Bigfoot episode when he got kicked out of his house by his ex-girlfriend. Now he's back here. And that is the only time a female vocal did the voice of Doofus was even incorporated jingle.
Perry the platypus.
A platypus balloon? Bury the platypus balloon? Again? The first trap of season 3 that Doofus used, and he traps it in the egg.
Dodo bird incubator, innator.
March my terrifying dodo bird army across the tri-state area.
But they're extinct like dinosaurs.
That is very true, but one was alive in It's About Time in season 1. Ask Candace.
Dinosaur-like monsters laying waste to the city.
This is what Doofus imagined with the dodo bird dinosaur looking like, or whatever thing, to destroy the tri-state area, to waste the seat, which Doofus will use it, but that's not what's gonna happen in this episode. Good grief, it didn't.
Sit back and enjoy the view. The train will do all the work.
You should give up. Yeah.
And there they are, the Wilkins brothers. Haven't seen them since just passing through in season 2.
Forget to clean your rooms.
Yes, Mom.
Roasted.
Looks like a dead heat so far. I'll get rid of this.
And that's the first time I see a swordfish. First one is in Mary McGufferdor, this episode with Buford having it, and also Perry the Platypus when Doofus was trying to ruin everything in the ball. He doesn't regret doing that, but look what you caused. Ferb is always a G. He may not talk, but he's a man of action.
I'm just taking in the ride and not worrying about what Phineas and Ferb are up to.
There are times that Candace doesn't tell what Phineas and Ferb are doing. We've seen that evident in many episodes when we get to there, where Phineas and Ferb builds inventions right in front of Candace and Linda doesn't see, but overall, this should have been. As you can see, the egg cracks as you get to see lines appear there, as it is a bit underwhelming, but it's starting to crack pieces there as it's shaking, which is a nice detail, and reveals to be a dodo bird.
No.
Remember in Phineas and Ferb, the theme song, Finding a Dodo Bird? Looks like we found one here.
How am I supposed to take over the tri-state area?
You could have built a duplicate versions of them, like 10 of them or 100 of them. That would have worked.
Oh, no. It looks like a turkey. It's like Thanksgiving.
You deserve that for insulting a dodo bird. Well done, Doofusnuts.
Oh yeah, I've been feeling great. Give up.
Come again?
Well,
Come on, Candace, that's not what she said. She said not to give up, but in your head, you think about her saying give up.
Never give up is that you should give up?
Glenda, the train is slowing down.
So it is.
What? You can't give up.
And Candace comes to her senses. Earlier, she thinks about giving up after Glenda realized that she run out of coal. She decides to give up. Looks like the Wilkins brothers are right. They're never going to make it up there, but Candace will find a solution.
Don't think I don't know what you're up to. I'll be right back.
She's such an active child.
Torn apart and sold for scrap? Why?
No reason.
Candace is solving the solution by building stuff and putting things in the fire to make sure the train keeps on going. She's been like Phineas and Ferb, finding ways to invent and it works. How did she get a swordfish? It looks the same as Buford, and I won't be surprised if Buford's balloon fell into the train as Candace got it, or it's just in there. I forgot this happens. Candace taking the train parts out to fill it in to keep the train going.
What you doing over there? My Bradley.
Looks like we get our first Finnabella moment in season 3, and that is what it is right there, and we're gonna get more in the future. And also, there was a fan art of Dan Provermeyer drawing of Phineas and Ferb as the same designs from At Your Age from Going on Balloon, presumably on a date, but it was actually drawn a long time ago.
Yes it is.
Check it out. A dodo bird.
And Phineas and Ferb found a dodo bird, just like it said in the intro. Give a monkey a shower. We've seen that in season 2 of Swiss Family Feud. Build a rocket, surf a tidal wave down, climb the Eiffel Tower. We didn't get to see them climbing the Eiffel Tower, but they did Phineas and Ferb did went in the Eiffel Tower in Summer belongs to you.
Frankenstein's brain.
We made it! I knew we could, He didn't forget to bring coal. It's probably on that box you're sitting on.
Then why didn't you tell her to move out the way then? It would have been easier for her to put more coal instead of wasting it by taking the parts out.
Plus Phineas and Ferb.
Oh? I'm old! Here we are, Gearhart Summit.
Why is it every store sells this outfit?
I wouldn't be surprised where Phineas and Ferb got their clothes from. Or possibly from Runaway with Ferb's clothes dressed up like that since Forever Summer with their brand going up.
Look, right there! You see?
Just remove the shirt and you get to see the balloon, and Phineas and Ferb will be busted, but Candace doesn't do it. And also combine Linda's glasses being blurred.
Narg, narg, narg. Sayonara, Dodo!
It's forced perspective!
Forced perspective was it when Phineas and Ferb built an old town in season 5 in the backyard, which was the introduction of Bubba Doofenshmirtz.
Hi, Candace.
Oh, I give up.
After not giving up or bringing the train right here, she gives out a busting Phineas and Ferb after the invention disappears. Ironic.
Some vacation this turned out to be.
It's been 2 episodes and Perry the Platypus hasn't fighting Doofenshmirtz yet, even though he did trap him, but the Doldebird beats him to it first.
But you didn't get any biological oddities? There it is.
The Doldebird just fall out of the sky. Looks like they got what they wanted once again.
No.
The ratings of the plot will get a 2. I like how it focused on plot A, plot B and plot C, while plot A focused on Phineas and Ferb going on the balloon with his friends to travel where Candace was going at the same time as well. Even though she gave up for busting Phineas and Ferb earlier, but she never gave up by putting a call, while Glinda actually gave up. But she did try to bust Phineas and Ferb in the end, which it turned out to be a failure once again. I really like how Doofenshmirtz trying to take over the Tri-State era by using a creature monster thing, but it turned out to be a Doldebird. But that's the most hilarious part of this episode, which I'll give him that. Characterization, it gets a 5. Phineas and Ferb, Buford Balchi, Isabella go on the balloon as they actually have a very fun time together, even though they mess up on a lot of things. I really like to see Glenda Wilkins as she motivated not to give up while she ran out of coal to just give up, which plays into the strengths and weaknesses. And also Candace as well. Even earlier she said think about giving up or busting the boy, but realized she built a lot of the train of the pieces to make sure to keep the train moving while it run out of coal. She think about busting her brothers again, even though she failed. Good to see Grandpa Kyle and Betty Joe once again. Lawrence and Linda, and also Doofus and Perry, even though Doofus got attacked by the Dodo, which is hilarious, and the farmer and the farmer's wife in the end with them falling out of the sky thing, which is nice. The visuals, I'm gonna have to give it a 3. I like about Phineas and Ferb and the gang having the balloon designs, the Dodo Bird, the Anator, the train that Candace and Linda and Betty Joe are in with Glinda Wilkins to get into that hill, which is very, very good. Other than that, the episode felt slow paced and it just sucks it a bit, and it's not as stunning as the other visuals, as it doesn't need to have stunning animation every episode, but this episode felt slow paced, which could be a hard time to get through. Importance is a 2 and entertainment will get a 5. 17 out of 25. That is not a bad score, but lower than the previous episode, which is better in my opinion. The third episode of this breakdown and the first episode of the airing order of Phineas and Ferb, called The Great Indoors, premiered on March the 4th, 2011 on Disney Channel US, written by Chung-Suk Lee and Bernie Peterson. Bad weather spoils Isabella's plan for the Fireside Girls to earn an achievement patch, so Phineas and Ferb build a huge biodome to help her and her troop. Meanwhile, Candace works herself into a frenzy as she decides that she needs to find out what Jeremy likes about her. Over in Evil Incorporated, Dr. Doofus is trying to rein out the big soccer game, football or whatever, just so that he can watch his favorite Spanish soap opera.
Hey Ferb, what you want to do today?
Phineas just said watch her and what we're gonna do today, so it still counts in both sides.
At least, and here it is.
What you doing?
You always hear that thing when Isabella said what you're doing.
Hey, Phineas. What you doing? It's raining.
Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today.
I don't know why he likes me.
It's not just about Isabella's patches in this episode, it's about why does Jeremy like her, which plays a part in this episode, but you already know you are boyfriend or girlfriend in Summer Belongs to You, and since then.
And then he stops liking me because I'm not doing it anymore.
That's not true, Candace, come on, he does like about you. You see evident in Summer Belongs to You.
Hey, where's Perry?
I presume this is the first time Linda said, "Where's Perry?" We see evident in many times in many episodes of Phineas and Ferb that Major Monaghan really loved messing with his agents right there, and this is one of them.
What, Carl?
You're telling him to grow up while you were laughing at Perry too?
Answer?
I'll get the popcorn.
If I was Perry the Platypus, I would have just smacked the chair just like in the trailer. And they create a biodome, which looks like a giant golf ball right there. As the biodome opens, you get to see it opens very, very nicely. Well done. New season, same old front face Phineas. As the glow thing powers it up, as you get to see in the biodome, the patterns just removes there as it moves in different positions. As you get to see the sun cloud everywhere with the blue sky, as it was raining in the outside, but in the biodome is inside, just to make it like that for Isabella to get the patches with her troop.
Now, don't make it too easy.
We can't let a little rain put a damper on our... Wow. We should have our picnic in there.
To have a picnic inside the dome, that's actually a very good idea, but Candace really wants to bust her brothers, which...
Gotta resist urge to bust. Must not spoil quality time with boyfriend. Water from a cactus. Witnessed a mirage. For that, Addison. Hey, the salamanders quit singing.
In the biodome, I really like the sunset with the desert right there. I also like Isabella and the Fireside Girls costume as they're dressed up like they're going on a dessert, which they're not, but inside the dome they are, which is very good.
You guys!
She's like, I'll take it, but this is just too easy. Make it a challenge, for goodness sake. And that is the second time that Perry goes on a chair in the rain, but it felt slippery as he fell into a trap. The first one was earlier from inside his lair. Look at the different types of traps that Doofus was going to use in Perry, unless he had a backup her, which he trapped in anyway. But look at that, it looks so good. Love the designs of the unique traps right there.
Christmas party gag reel.
Perry the Platypus is inside the green glass tomb and he can't get out. This is a smart way to trap him. This is one of the best traps along with the season 1 of the roller coaster, but this trap looks very good.
To my rain-inator!
And that's a reference to Singing Away, the way he dances and the way he sings about the rain-inator.
All over the tri-state area!
So Doofus was the one who caused the rain of Danville by using the raininator. How smart indeed.
Kinda obvious.
Yes, I don't suppose you could help us out with our rainforest navigation pack.
Well, it sure beats all that rain.
Man, look at Candace. He's just using it as a fan even though it's heating up. It's always these hot in the summer of 104 days.
Liked about me that I don't overheat.
I really like about you is...
And that won't be the last time in this episode, because Jeremy's about to tell what he likes about Candace, and he gets interrupted every time until the end, but it also got interrupted. As the hole's coming from the bottom, as you get to see the sand disappearing as the trees grow, as the sand fades away with the grass and the flowers appearing, making it as a rainforest.
Said this is incredible.
Hey, I think I found a new species of water rescue patch. Bonus!
Poor Addison, this is the second time that's happened. First one happened earlier, and the second one she just gets captured in the river for.
It's a sweet raft.
Cruising local garage sales. I came up on a big screen TV from 1985.
In the article, those big screen TVs are growing in popularity, and still to this day, as in the modern era.
Crazy variety shows and Mexican soap operas at the door de amor.
And that's what Doofus is going to watch in this episode, as Perry's going to see.
Episode was a cliffhanger in which Esmeralda is going to find out why Juan loves her.
Doofus is going to watch a show of why the couples love each other, which parallels of why Jeremy earlier, what he likes about Candace as it was interrupt, which parallels what it is in the backyard, as Perry the Platypus have a plan to escape.
Soccer game. Oh, I hate soccer.
It's football or soccer, take it. And also foreshadowing on what's going to happen in My Fair Goalie once we get to there.
And I rained the game out.
You mean postpone the game, not rain the game? That's what happens in football stadiums. If it's a snow covered in it and there's nothing of the rain ruin the pitch, that's what it calls, postpone the game. It means the miracle sponge, which is actually insane. He may be trapped in the green grass, but he can move it right there.
I mean, you're lucky I sprang for the clear, too.
It's not what I like about it.
The song is called Set the Record Straight, but in the UK it said What I Like About You. But this song is from the quote from Charles and Frederick from a long time ago, and Mitchell Musso does a great job with that song with his singing. Really love the design of the forest and the flamingos, looks nice. And all of that here, and the butterflies.
There's your boulder, where's Nietzsche?
And he mentioned about the two guys that I mentioned it earlier. Fair play, Jeremy. Really loving the fish pop out anywhere so far. Look at them. What the animal that pops up is hippopotamus, not a hippo. As Jeremy think about Candace, what he likes about her, as the flamingos distracting everywhere, the animals there, which is crazy. Really love the design of the birds. Look at the different colors, green, red, purple, pink. Looks good.
Patch complete.
As Ginger's behind Addison, you see her how she pops in as she appears. As Ferb swings it as the trees disappear, as the mountain appears, as it got bigger and bigger. Look at that, it looks so good. Really loving the details here, mixing between the rainforest before and the desert. And now this, nice.
Sorry, Addison.
I really feel bad for Addison. This is the third time that something bad happened to her. The first one was the salamanders. The second one was the river as Isabella saved her. And this is the third time and she gets hit by a tiny, not a lot, to have concussion.
Who wants a concussion first aid patch?
Snow angels.
I'm wet and I'm freezing cold.
And this is the fourth time that Addison fell, but she's still alive with the rope here, and it's covered with paper mache.
They could have squished us!
Hey, Candace, look. It's just paper mache.
Oh yeah, paper mache. This gets mentioned again in season 5 of Out of Character. Was it with Doofusmertz doing the change of faceinator as he shows his version of paper mache of his face?
I think we found our rock climbing patches.
Non-powered flight patches.
Oh boy, you do not want Candace's lost life being in the biodome like that. Matador and amor. It means love in Spanish. Doofusmertz, turn around, look at Perry. Candace is screaming, but her mouth doesn't move like that, which is weird. Like Ferb, Jeremy's coming in clutch and saves Candace. Look at that umbrella, it looks so powerful.
Wait, hold that thought. I'll be right back.
We were so close to finding an answer, and Candace revert back to her busting senses again.
He's looking into her eyes. He's forming his lips and tongue.
So he uses his grappling hook to attach the plane to the Rainator so that the Rainator just drags away from it, from Danville. I'll translate and screen to show you what the man said, but I'm not sure because translator in Google can be a scam, so any Spanish people who could translate me, put it in the comments down below. I'm thinking, why there's 3 players there? Where's the defense in that? Which is hilarious.
No! Come on! Hi, Candace!
Just like that, the invention disappears, just like golf.
Possible, I took every precaution.
Doofusmertz said, curse you, Perry the Platypus in Spanish, which Perry Malarinto Vinco, which everyone says in Spanish. Malarinto means curse you, but it also means damn. As you can see in the subtitle, it said, damn you, Perry the Platypus. And it still hasn't changed. I'm going to check on Disney Plus to see it. I watched Disney Plus and it still says, damn you, Perry the Platypus. They still haven't changed that, even though it is right. It's also mean curse you as well, so I don't know, I guess.
It's gonna cost me a fortune on my watch.
Well, time to get Charlene and ask her for money to pay all of this.
Bet. The reason that I like you is...
And we still don't know why Jeremy likes Candace, and it's been Maybe because of the long neck or her passion to bust her brothers or other thing. That could be a theory, but we don't know. But I'm gonna go with that. The plot starts with a 3. Let's start with plot B. Doofus was trying to use the Raininator so that he could watch soap operas in his old 1985 television while Perry the Platypus got out of there and stopped it. I like this plot, and it's very, very good. Doofus was doing evil, but not as much as the previous one, but it's very nice. Plot A and plot C has the main focal point in this episode, with Phineas and Ferb helping Isabella to gain a lot of patches, with the Raininator caused by Doofus was the reason why she didn't. And Phineas and Ferb helped them, and Isabella and the Fireside Girl got the patch, and it all went well in the end. I also like Candace and Jeremy together, as we get more of them since Summer Belongs to You, since they're boyfriend and girlfriend. But one missing here is, what does Jeremy like about her? But we don't get to know. But when it comes to Phineas and Isabella, Candace and Jeremy are a great couple as well. Characterization will get a 5. Just like the previous episodes, everyone's on point. Doof, Perry, even though Doofus is not doing evil right now, it's nice to see Jeremy again, as he's not embarrassed about everything, as he has a fun time with Candace, even though she wanted to bust her brothers. But it's nice to see her enjoying herself with Jeremy, along with the Fireside Girls, and I really feel bad for Addison, as she has a lot of bad luck in this episode. And Phineas and Ferb, superb as well. Visuals is a 5. There's a lot of great visuals in the episode. The rain, the Raininator, the biodome, the desert, the rainforest, the rock climbing. Everything else is very well detailed, and the animals as well, and the song set the record straight. Everything else is done very well. Nice design. It's better than the previous episode. Importance is a 2, and entertainment is a 5. Just like Ron Candace Ron, this episode gets a 20 out of 25. Season 3 is off to a very strong start, even though I like the second episode, but it's not as strong as the first and the third episode. But let's see how strong it keeps going. J.G. Oratera and Kim Robertson wrote an episode called Candery, which is a shipping name for Candace and Jerry. Premiered on March the 4th, 2011 on Disney Channel US. Candace realized that she needs to spend more time with Stacy, so she vows to spend the whole day with her only. But while visiting Jeremy and his mom, Dr. Doofus combining it zaps her and Jeremy, literally joining them at the hip. Meanwhile, Phineas and Ferb build a giant robot doll from the intro that causes a lot of mischief.
Isn't it cute when he gets that little wrinkle on the end of his nose?
Stacy, pick up!
I never thought she would say but she using it as a computer, which is funny.
Jeremy's house smells like gingerbread. And hang out with me is to talk about Jeremy.
And she's right. You see that evident in Spa Day in season 2.
Just love how Jeremy buckles his tool belt on the 3rd loop. Did I tell you what we're gonna name our kids? Xavier and Amanda.
That's it. Going with or without you. When we would spend time together, just the two of us.
That's true, but you did recently spend time in Summer Belongs to You and in the end of the Lemonade Stand.
So will Jeremy today.
We'll hit the street fair afterward. Jeremy, anything.
I promise I won't break this promise.
I can't see him today in person.
That's actually a good thing, Candace, but you don't need to meet him every day. You just have other lives to focus on, busting Stacy and other stuff as well.
Today you're going to insist on spending some time alone with Phineas.
After Summer Belongs to You, Isabella urged to be with Phineas, as it's going to play a huge part in later seasons.
What you doing?
A giant robot dog.
Like when we made that title sequence.
Baljeet just broke the fourth wall. In the last 2 episodes I did in my breakdown, the last to Busfield, we found a dodo bird. Now we're going to be seeing the robot dog in the intro. Nice.
Rather give a monkey a shower.
While you two were looking for Perry, Phineas and Ferb actually did give Monkey a shower.
Like to go to the premiere of the new Stumbleberry Thinkbat movie.
And that is another callback to season 2 Nerds of a Feather of the movie that Isabella mentioned. But Isabella wasn't in this episode. Maybe Phineas and Ferb told her.
I'd like to go to that.
1 extra ticket, and it's sold out.
Poor Ferb, but at least he wouldn't mind, as we've seen evident in season 4 when he lets Phineas and Isabella have their date after Happy Birthday Isabella.
Hey, where's Perry?
That platteract so that every limb is accounted for.
And we skip to the briefing instead of Perry the Platypus being trapped by Doofus. So this is Major Monogram and Carl don't appear or nor mentioned in this episode since the Poofin plot and Isabella plotline.
A giant pet cockroach, hoarfrost, and garlic ice cream.
I thought garlic ice cream was made up, but as I found in the Wikipedia, this is actually true. You can eat garlic ice cream, but I want to try it.
Exponentially increase my enjoyment of them.
Man, this guy decides to eat garlic ice cream with the cockroach. What is this man thinking?
Combinator! Scoop garlic roach cone!
Perry's like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck are you eating, bro?
Anyway, I remember this little island timeshare that...
And with the capital of the tri-state area, like so, ta-da!
Sovereign ruler of the tri-state area!
And that has been his plan since season 1, but it's starting to come in together in season 2, mostly in season 3, but he doesn't succeed in the end of season 4, the last day of summer, but it's going to take a long ride to get there.
Reverts to the co-owners, making them...
Oh, hello, Candace.
It's nice to see Jeremy's mom again. I like how they've been very nice to Candace, so they approve Candace being with Jeremy.
There.
Man, I used to sleep like that, sitting down while doing it, but now I lay down on the sofa or something.
He dug after a full day shift. Then when he's out on the sofa, bless him.
Not just his Jeremy's mom, she's voiced by Jane Lynch, who does a very good job of doing the voice, really liking it.
Take this giant prism.
And there's a picture of Earth again, and also that satellite again, deflecting it, warm, what's gonna happen yet again.
Phineas and Ferb.
She thinks Phineas and Ferb is behind us, just like many episodes, but it's not done. They're building a robot though. That's from the mysterious force that you mentioned about later on.
Showing radio controlled bicuspids? Check.
I really love that shot. That should have been a meme in this episode, but this deserves to be a meme. Look at Isabel, she looks amused.
What you still doing? Mean we can go to the movies?
Paused it, scrolled down, and yep, front face Phineas. And I paused again, and yeah, front face Phineas, but his nose doesn't appear.
Well, we made this giant robotic...
Just look at us! Let's get us unstuck!
And safely perform a jerabotomy.
Jerabotomy? Oh, it's just Jeremy.
Can use a molecular separator.
The molecular separator. That was from Spit Personality. Another great callback. I love it so far, keeping up with the continuity from the previous episode.
Better not be ditching me to hang out with Jeremy again.
There, and I'll be there early. The coffee shop.
Yeah, but the movie's
And don't be
not
like, this is your fault.
She really wants to bust Phineas and Ferb, but I've realized Linda doesn't appear in this episode. But how is that Phineas and Ferb's fault? It's Doofenshmirtz, the mysterious force.
So the next thing we're gonna do today.
He does think the next thing we're gonna do today. Not I know what we're gonna do this, so it doesn't count.
Cakes. Whoop.
And that is pretty smart too. Doofenshmirtz going on the Combinator to zap him and Norm to combine them to each other to fight Perry the Platypus. Very clever.
Us.
Hey, don't step on my moment.
Hey, come on, don't beat up your own creation. But we do get more of Norm once we get to Real Boy.
Hey, girlfriend! So hard on you before. I know you and Jeremy aren't together all the time.
From him.
I don't mind Stacy thinking about it, but she should have just opened the thing and just realized it's Jeremy under the table. Come on, Stacy. Candace stops him from snoring. Luckily he didn't go for the nose, because what happens if he can't breathe?
Some really cool... Wow, this table's really lumpy.
She is starting to get suspicious.
Yeah, do the moan. Come on, Stace, don't you...
I like how Candace trying to keep the situation cool while she's still with Jeremy combined together.
Lullaby and goodnight, da-da-da-da.
Not anymore. I'm gonna go pay for our drinks.
Ready?
Candace, why are you wearing that coat?
Gave me a chill.
How did she find the coat? I'm going to presume she went to the shop quickly and found it. But how did she find a skateboard? Because Jeremy's in the skateboard while still combined with Candace. Perry the Platypus is a combined version of the tall boy. Look at him. He looks such a badass.
There's separator. I can't believe how fast we rebuilt this, Ferb.
They rebuilt it the second time. The last one we saw it was inside the layer which Major Monogram saw it.
scene. I try so hard to keep you under wraps.
Sure does. The movie theater is right next to the street fair.
And this is rare, but this is the second time we see Isabella's eyebrow since the Chronicles of Meat and some episodes, but this is odd, but it looks very thicker right there.
Believe we're waiting for Rover to put the molecular separator down.
Then why did you all stand it and let him get it? Just grab it.
They are together.
The song is called Just the Two of Us, which is about Candace and Stacy's friendship, and it's the most underrated song. It doesn't get as a lot appreciated, but it's a good song. This episode plays to the strengths of Candace and Stacy's friendship. I'm really liking it so far. In this scene, Stacy's cosplaying Robin Hood. Oh, I love this design as Candace as the glider. Looks very good. Really loving the shield right there covering Jeremy. They're on a horse, which is actually the same design. Very similar in Run Candace 1 when Stacy calling Candace early. So that means could this episode Run Candace 1 takes place before Academy, or Academy takes place in Run Candace 1? Maybe because Stacy told him to buy it.
Hey, that hurt.
Who removed his arm while using it as a blaster. Good shit. Man, look how powerful Perry is. Look at the tools he has as he attaches more, which is nice.
Locked into overload.
After Doomorn combined with the fridge with the inhaler, you get to see they're already there, which is underwhelming, but okay.
Hey, that's private!
Looks like calling the dog is simply not working, and that soundtrack was the same in the Chronicles of Meep.
No! I can see they fit you perfectly. Are you chopping me? What's going on?
Well, you do these moves in Agent 14, one of my favorite episodes of season 5.
I'm the Taekwondo. I wonder if the miniature golf will come in handy.
Just like the last train to Boston, Verb is the MVP in this episode.
How is everyone doing that?
Well, Balchi, just to play for the dramatic theme, as everyone say no. Funny. I like the circle thing which turns Perry back into more as the rest of the parts as well as Doof and Norm right there.
So cool.
How does Doofus survive this, man? He would have been dead, but AoE.
But, and we were, Jeremy!
You have any idea how I got here?
To be honest, Jerry, I have no idea either. It's just a mysterious force.
By the way, the best part was when you used him as a table. Busted!
Looks like Candace has a taste of her old medicine, but in a nice way. It's better than Candace getting busted in Candace Party. That's better than that.
Oh, Phineas!
She hasn't said "Oh, Phineas" since the Sea of Love in Summer Belongs to You. As they're covering that green ore, you get to see the silhouettes merging together as they combine. This is a nice detail. I wish that happened earlier with Doof and Perry.
My gosh.
Yes. Yes, it does.
The plot gets a 3. I think plot A, plot B, and plot C work together as we start with plot B with Doofus using the combinator on Candace, which went willy-nilly on Jeremy, which causes a lot of tantrum of Candace being hesitant of it as she spends time with Stacy as they did actually have a fun time together as Candace urges Phineas and Ferb to fix it as they used to create the same modulator from Spit Personality to try and get Candace back to normal with Jeremy. Overall, it got destroyed. It goes back to normal. I really like that robot dog we get to see. And Isabella wants to go to the movie with Phineas, but in the end, we all see what happens as he combines with her, which is hilarious, but they do become normal after the episode. Characterization will get 5. Everyone's on point in this episode. Phineas and Ferb, even though Isabella was upset that Phineas took his time, but you can't really blame him while the robot doll is going crazy. And Beef and Balji, everyone else is very consistent, as well as Doof and Perry. It's nice to see Norm joining in, as this episode has a lot of creative ways, and they did a lot of fun job with it. and mostly focusing on Candace and Stacy hanging around together, even though Stacy had lost patience with Candace at times, as the lemonade stand for example, but they're still friends at times, and they still mold together very well. And it's nice to see Jerry, even though he's asleep, but really we get to see what it is, as they do have a pairing together as a friendship. Visuals, it's a 5. There are a lot of good animation in this episode. The robot dog, the combinator with Perry with the tools, Norm and Doofus much together. The fight scene is very good. Also the dog chasing scene, Candace and Stacy, the song, everything else is very well done. Very well animated so far. Importance is a 2 though. It's the weakest part of the episode, but you still need to watch it for the enjoyability. And one of the important things is the robot doll, which appears again in the second dimension. That's it. Entertainment gets a 5, as the total score will get a 20 out of 25. The episode is good on its own, and it's very creative ways to do it, and they did it very well. Even though the title says Candace, as we do get it, but it's not focusing on much, as it's focused on Stacy and Candace. But at least we get many, and we're gonna have more of this. So move on to the next one. Michael Diedrich and Kyle Mankey wrote an episode called The Belly of the Beast, premiered on April the 29th, 2011 on Disney Channel US. For Harbor Days Festival, Phineas and Ferb celebrating by creating a mechanical version of the historic exclusive shark of Danville Harbor. Seeing what the boys are up to, Candace enlists some help to capture the mysterious shark. Meanwhile, Dr. Doofus invents the saltwater taffy annealer to give cavity to every kid in the tri-state area.
Oh, part of the Danville Harbor Days Festival.
Lawrence, Linda, Phineas and Ferb are wearing the different outfits, as they don't wear their normal outfits in this episode because it's Harbor Day.
They're doing the song.
The song is called Shot of the Danville Harbor, sung by none other than Captain Squint, which was announced by the name on Swampy Marshall on Twitter, as he doesn't have Twitter anymore, but it's nice to see we found out about it. Nice to see Sally enjoying herself.
So big that we could see his molar. First seen his like, remember, this was way before TV.
The song is about shark eating people from there and there, and Captain Squirt is telling about the story. As we turn up, we don't get to see a real shark in this episode, as we're going to see one that Phineas and Ferb built.
Pots and pans and drove him out to sea.
I did my research, and no, you can't drive the shark away with pots and pans, but I could be wrong. Tell me if you want to know.
Why we celebrate Harbor Day every year with a reenactment.
Maybe you need a shark pellet to stop the shark, but we don't see the shark here.
Poop in the ocean!
But you're not going to, right?
I know it's what we're going to do with today.
Where is Perry?
Just like in every episode, it's like, I know what we're gonna do today. And it's like, hey, where's Perry? Under a woman's death, you have to respect the privacy, Perry. Come on.
Asian, we've flooded your headquarters.
Major Monogram's dressed up as one of the reference of HMS Pinafore for the cosplay.
Plumbing just backed up.
Then why did you flood Perry's lair with water everywhere? Just for Harbor Day, but it will be back to normal.
Get to see this year's lame-o replica of the Great White Shark of Danville Harbor.
You had to jinx it, Candace, just like in every episode. You had to jinx it.
What's that?
And there is Phineas and Ferb's latest invention, the robot shark. You can see the holes in there, and it looks like a real shark, even though it's a robot. Like the layers there, the lines. Looks very good. As the robot shark shadows getting bigger and bigger as it lands in the sea, you can see a big splash happens, but it only happens on Candace. Poor Candace.
You've got a shark to bust.
Only Candace knows that Phineas and Ferb are behind the robot shark while no one else saw it. Maybe them?
Burn that shark.
'Tis the same beast that swallowed my leg.
Captain Squint is voiced by none other than Nick Frost, who you know for doing many movies like Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and End's Watch. And that won't be the last time he will voice a character on Phineas and Ferb.
To pick his teeth, he drives alone in the carpool lane. He's on the bus.
Yeah, I know. He sounds like a bad guy.
Oh, you think?
We learned that Captain Squint lost his leg is because of the shark. Go figure.
Looks like everything's shark-shaped.
I like how Ferb move in the shot like motion capture in the video game. Look at the designs of the different type of fish. It looks awesome.
Doofenshmirtz on a crab boat. Harry the platypus.
He's like, I'm surprised that you found me first.
I was perusing my collection of 19th century almanacs.
As I put in the screen to show you what Alma is, which is a academic and scholar of great significance and value of literature.
Water taffyinator! And where I have an unlimited supply of salt water for free. Cavities to every kid in the tri-state area!
So he's gonna give taffy and make sure they have the tooth decay around the tri-state area so that their tooth can be rot. Doofenshmirtz, man, you are one sick bastard. In this sequence, the boat looks CG.
Probably, but he definitely chewed on my arm.
Just a birthmark?
I was about to say the same thing, Stacey, until you said it. Very good knowledge there.
I'm tired of this conversation.
And that's what Candace is gonna say later when she tries to capture Phineas and Ferb.
I see you, Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast mention? The ship is called Pequod, which is interesting.
A run for their money, Ferb.
Really loving the water animation there. And that is the second time it splashed on Candace instead of Stacy and Captain Squint. And also they're dressed up as Donald Duck, which is where for his Navy SEAL, which is a reference. Look at the way Ferb goes while using his body there and his hands. Very cool.
Wow, 6 skips.
I'm never gonna get tired of saying that. He's just a man of action. Ferb can do anything.
Oh, okay, that hurts.
Just like Doofenshmirtz said earlier, it's in the bottom of the sea, the taffy in it. And look at that, it looks so different compared to a single gun or a single nator shot right there. But this is different. As Doofenshmirtz used the lever, you can see the taffy is spreading around as it spins around, spreading each other, making it flexible. That is very good.
I fogged up my mask again.
That's what happens when you blow inside the mask as you can't see anything.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I grabbed you while you were flashing back to your escape.
That is very smart from Doofenshmirtz. He grabs Perry with the powers quickly while he's flashing back to escape. Very smart.
This lure. Take the pole and I'll man the wheel. Me coat and the mermaid brought my boots.
You're gonna need something bigger than that, and love the water animation there. A rubber ducks? Really? You could have just used a cannonball.
Rubber ducks? Are you serious?
I'm literally saying the same thing as Candace saying. Am I Candace right now?
Does a penguin fly?
No.
And she's right, penguins can't fly. They do have wings, but they can't fly.
Now I'm tired of this conversation too.
And that's the second time in this episode, and also said, I'm tired of this conversation.
That's a plunger.
Come to...
As you can see the rendering of the ship, you get to see it looks CG.
You know what I mean.
If this wasn't a robot shot, Captain Squint wouldn't be there. I really don't care about him, but I'll be stunned if it do, but I'm glad it isn't. So Phineas and Ferb bite them so that he can enter inside the robot shot. Excellent.
We're gonna need a bigger captain.
This has to be a reference to Jaws. Everything in this episode has to be a reference to Jaws, which he is. Captain Squint is drowning in the water. As you can see, he's inside the robot shot as it drowns out, as the water stops leaking as it goes away. Very nice detail right there. Well done.
Thought it would be more... stomachy.
I'm tired of this conversation.
And that's the first time we heard that quote in this episode, and it's very dramatic and it's very hilarious.
You may at this particular moment.
Swab the poop deck. I've got a date with Destiny, and it ain't gonna end with a kiss.
A date with Destiny? Do you mean Jeremy or the robot shot you're going to face?
Close. Aye, aye, Candace. Captain. Captain.
Whoever's on that boat has a story wrong.
Phineas doesn't know that his sister's on the boat. Can he see it closely? Not that he could see closely, because it's far away.
Looks like we're gonna need a bigger shark.
Another Jaws reference. There's so many Jaws references in this episode. As Phineas's robot shark extends from the tail, from the shark, from the pellet right here, from the bottom of there, it looks very good. Loved it so far, and it pulls away, trying to drag it away from the shore. Looks like the taffy is getting stickier and stickier. Really loving the animation of the water so far.
These have never been used! I know you'll be in there!
See, how come Candace know that Phineas and Ferb are inside the robot shop, but Phineas doesn't know that his sister is chasing him?
Hard to starboard, Stacy!
Pork butt, whatever!
Candace is trying to bust her brothers the hard way, and the mysterious force is not doing anything, and she's doing it right now. Really loving the background of the harbour buildings right there. Look at it around the area. And that's the last time we see Captain Squint as Phineas and Ferb build a new leg to make sure that he gets out of here. The mysterious force strikes again, Candace. No matter how hard Candace tries in this episode by using the harpoons to get the shark, the robot shark here, the mysterious force takes it away.
You jerk, Wedgie!
And that's the first wedgie that Buford give Balji in season 3, as I'm glad they removed it. As much as I like the bullying thing that shows Buford's character, but I'm glad they removed that. And that removed the jerkness, apart from Susie.
Predicted, but I'm having a hard time explaining the giant. At least we'll go together, Perry the Platypus.
You forgot he's a semi-aquatic mammal.
Like a jerk with it. Curse you, Perry the Plot! Hippos!
5 episodes in and we get our first curse you. But the one we sent, he said it in Spanish, which I still can't, but it's not quite much. But the first time he said it in English, and that is this episode. 5 episodes. As much as I enjoyed the episode, the plot will get a 2. That's not spectacular as the previous episodes, but it is very good. It's a nice change of pace of being in the backyard to the harbour, as Phineas and Ferb used the robot shark to reenact of the olden times, as Captain Squint found out when he get eaten. As Candace and Stacey tries to stop Phineas and Ferb, which they did, but stopped by none other than Doofus's Taffy and they took it away. She did try hard, but the mysterious force says no. Characterization will get a 5. Everyone's on point once again. Phineas and Ferb doing the reenactment of the robot shark. And really nice to see Stacey once again helping Candace using the harpoons to get the robot shark back to land. And she almost succeeded if it wasn't for Doofus, Murder and Perry. And I really like the interaction as they do fight, but not as much as they were stacking the taffy as Perry the Platypus got out and escaped. Nice to see Captain Squint. He only appeared 1 episode and that's it. He doesn't appear ever again. Overall, the character is very consistent in this episode. Visuals is a 5. There's a lot of good things here. The taffy they are, the robot shark, the war animation, the storm with the waves and the boat thing. This is all very well done. Importance, it gets a 1. The episode may be fun and enjoyable, but it's not as remembered as the other episode. If you can skip it if you wanted to, but in my personal terms, you shouldn't, because it is a fun episode. Which shoots right back to 5. 18 out of 25. It's a decent episode nonetheless, but it's spectacular animation there and that, but not as memorable for the point standard of this episode. But overall, it's actually a very fun ride. Let's move on to the next one. Completing the first 6 episodes of Phineas and Ferb Season 3 is called Move Farm, written by Anton Gilbard and Kaz. Premiered on April the 29th, 2011 on Disney Channel US. Inspired by the lost verse from the nursery rhyme, the boys decide to take some cows to the moon to see if its low gravitational pull produces the best tasting ice cream ever. Back at home, Candace attempts to make a fancy dinner for Jeremy, but her lack of cooking skills don't add anything to the plate. Meanwhile, Dr. Doofus attempts to use his moisturizer succonator to turn his neighbor's plants brown so that his plants will be greener by comparison.
Here. Hey, Stacy. Figured I'd bust Phineas and Ferb early. You know, just to get it off my plate.
That's a nice warm thing that Candace is wearing. She looks so good. She's been there all night, by the way.
No. Who are you guys?
That's her tickets.
This is my backyard. Get out of my yard.
Not a morning person.
What are these people doing in Phineas and Ferb backyard? And why they're waiting a concert? Maybe because Phineas and Ferb does a concert in the backyard? We don't know. The three girls who are sitting down are Vanessa's friends. What are they doing in the backyard again?
Remember when Jeremy made that romantic dinner for me?
I wish we got to see it, but we don't. But they did went on a date twice. Shay Platypus and that sinking feeling.
A pizza for two.
Well, not about cooking.
Well, neither do I, but we can figure it out, right?
And they do, but that's not how cooking works. Sometimes you need to look up on YouTube all the ingredients to make sure to know how to cook. But doing this by random, it wouldn't work. I really like how the ground opens as it's shaking there, as the rocket goes up and up, as you get to see the rocket ship, as this is the second time we get to see it, as it's different compared to rocket ship to space.
The moon? Wait a minute.
Well, they did went on the moon in the Doof side of the moon with Phineas, Ferb, Isabella, but they attach it to the building, so they didn't really go on there. But this is the first time we get to see them go on the moon.
Kind of a step backward considering you've already been to Mars.
That was an unfair science redox story in season 1.
Lost to history until Ferb and I found it in the Dead Sea.
But I'll read it. Hey, diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon.
And that's a poem called Hey Diddle Diddle, which published in 1765, as Phineas and Ferb found it.
Didn't rhyme, so they left it out of most versions.
Some cows for that?
We do indeed.
Cows, get on the ship.
Ferb turned the moons upside down so that the cows can come into the ship. That is very good. At least Candace's countdown looks accurate and nice to think about it, by the way.
Where's Perry?
Operative?
We're still not paying you, Carl.
And that is why he's named Unpaid Intern, so he's not gonna pay him. Until we get to Where's Perry Part 2 and in Season 5.
Remember, everyone.
You could hear the music in the background. It's called Move On once we get to that. As you can see, the rocket ship lands with the smoke appearing, covering it in. As they land it, the smoke dissipates again. That is very nice detail.
Is 83.3% less than Earth.
It is also known for microgravity, which it prevails in orbiting spacecraft.
Whee!
The moon here and the Earth from far away is an iconic shot, which is similar to Apollo 17 mission in 1972.
Oh, yes, the green.
Doofenshmirtz become green, just like a plant. How ironic this is.
Beautiful garden on my neighbor's balcony. Grow because I didn't have a green thumb.
And that is the second time the green thumb is mentioned on Phineas and Ferb. That's once happened in season 2. And also the second time that Doofenshmirtz is going to do a Nate about plants.
With an iron fist and a green thumb, my mere presence in the store was...
This man is speaking gibberish, not Doofenshmirtz. It sounds like he's speaking gibberish as you can hear it.
Ordered on myself. Definitely my thumbs. I think it was the way I was holding the bucket.
Reason why he doesn't get a green thumb because he was holding the bucket.
Moisture suckinator! On the balcony, that wasn't... Anywho, this was plants, which will turn them brown.
So his goal is to use the moisturizer to make sure that the plants dry, as when you blast at someone, the person is going to be dry, as we're going to see it.
Barkley, I'll have a green... Oh, it's a metaphor! Nice job, everyone.
Now the cows have a place to live.
I like how they build a moon farm in space while using inflatable things instead of building bricks and stuff. Very nice to make sure that the cows can live there.
Water on the moon, Ferb and I began shooting seeds up here.
That's all right. The grass will create its own oxygen through photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis. And it was mentioned once again in season 5 where Doofenshmirtz uses plants as a face.
Ooh, or not.
We've got...
I like how the grass grows quicker than it turns slowly. How did they do it? They are geniuses.
Cows, lunchtime.
So that means this episode takes place during lunch. So that's what Candace and Stacy are doing by cooking the food for Jeremy. And the cows using spacing, and look at them using gravity, and the way they eat grass, very cool.
Mission control to Moon Farm.
I forgot that Evian in this episode.
What do you think you're doing?
Is that Candace?
Yeah.
Phineas, you are so busted!
Hook. Roger that, Stacy. I am cobbler on account of Jeremy's British background.
I'll show you a picture of the real lamb cover, as they're gonna make one with Phineas guiding Candace and Stacy. And also the fact is, Jeremy's actually have a British background, which makes sense as we're gonna go to My Fair Goalie once we get there.
Knows it by heart. You and Stacy go to the kitchen and we'll...
I'm still busting them.
A big bow? Well, I guess that'll make it look pretty.
I like how Ferb knows the recipe, even though he doesn't talk that much, which is strange, but okay.
There.
And it doesn't seem to have an effect of the plant. As we later know, it is actually plastic, and the man is standing there is not a man who's moving. And then we'll get to there once Doofusmas goes down there.
This is gonna hurt you more than it's gonna hurt me.
This made me look sad. Look at Perry the Platypus look all dried and that. He looks like he's going to die. I love the way he smacks his lips, as Doofus do the same once he puts it on. Wizard Perry the Platypus does it to him.
You look like a nincompoop. Oh. The platypus.
I like the way Perry the Platypus nods his head like, yeah, I want some please.
A big bowl, 1 pound of lamp. I mean, that's not even food.
They're usually right.
Phineas and Ferb say 3 cups of self-righteous flowers.
I was thinking, why are they putting non-food into the food? That is so dumb. It's nice to see Phineas and Ferb helping through comms there, with Evian giving the information. And there's the moon, traditionally drawn instead of using a real-life image. Very nice.
2 syllables, cow. 2. And these cows are dumb.
As I did my research, they're mostly smarter than cats and dogs, and most pets, by the way.
You. We should do this more often. This was nice.
And they do in the future, and one of them being Doofus when Perry and Doofus were drinking a cup of tea to take a break of fighting.
Right after I change my pants.
$3.50 for 1 hour. Serves 2. And maybe we could... Okay, that's golden.
Looks like in this episode, Evian has a crush on Candace and Stacy, but overall, that's just a gag of the joke.
Relax, Candace. It's simple math. In 5 minutes at 9,000 degrees.
As the machine that Phineas and Ferb is squeezing and pulling, as they're making an ice cream from there, as they're going to taste it once the song starts. Look at the mixture of different flavors. Looks good. I love the way that Phineas using ice creams like that, as they can use it in space.
Oh, that's right.
The song, just like the title, this is called Moonfall, which is a reggae style song, as sung by none other than Dan Pover and Olivia Olson, the voice of Heinz Doofus and Vanessa Doofenshmirtz. I like how the background reflecting on Isabella in front of her, and also Isabella doesn't speak in this episode, which is strange. Maybe because Alison Stone is busy or unavailable, or because it doesn't have any lines for her. Phineas dancing with the ice cream just like I did in the intro earlier. And here comes one of my favourite gags right in this episode.
Oh, I blame Baljeet.
Hey, what do you mean you blame Baljeet?
It kind of interrupts the song, but this gag is so funny and it works every time. It ages well too. I blame Baljeet. That's actually one of my favourite gags. Shame it doesn't get as much mention as the other funny gags like the memes or in other episodes, but I hope this deserves more appreciation. It's funny.
Information from Disembodied Reggae Space Voice.
Hey, I have a name, you know.
I love how Disembodied Reggae Space Voice and Baljeet arguing during the song is hilarious.
No, that's... Besides, Buford could have brought the marshmallows.
We're limited time here.
I like how Phineas mentioned about the time, as the episode's gonna end soon, as we're almost in 11 minutes.
I started it.
What? Plastic?
And yep, Doofus found out about it, just like earlier, which he should have done, but I'm glad he did, and go there instead of going back there and trying to solve another solution.
With Rocket Man.
And yep, that is just Swampy Marsh doing the Guardian voice.
And the Plastic Man.
Doofus first mentioned Plastic Man from DC, or that could be him.
Need you. I'll just take the stairs.
Lamb cobbler.
And there's the design of Lamb Cobbler, which is actually used as a real life image instead of traditional drawing. I think they can get away with that, but I prefer traditional drawing, but having this is very nice.
Hi, Candace. We brought you some Moon Cow ice cream.
Just like I said in every episode, even though Candace wants to bust her brothers, it's nice that Phineas and Ferb doing something for their sister.
You two will be so busted.
And that is the 6th episode time that Doofus' invention doesn't affect Phineas and Ferb's project, but that's not true. In Ain't No Kiddie Ride, the kiddie ride was taken away, and many episodes, none of them were affected by Doofus. So maybe the Wikipedia's got it wrong.
Well, photosynthesis will start creating oxygen, and then eventually an atmosphere. Our bovine friends will be fine.
In real life, we get to see monkeys and other animals, but we never get to see cows in space, so we don't know what it does.
It's all dried out.
It may take Phineas and Ferb's inventions away at times, but it also takes away Candace with Jeremy. The universe is simply against her.
Something for me. I can't wait to see. I'll bet it's great.
You'll like it.
Ooh.
As we've seen in many episodes and this episode, Phineas and Ferb is such a wingman to Candace to help her and Jeremy together.
I forgot my keys, so I thought that here and... Hey, what's that?
Man, Perry the Platypus always has such funny humor. Look at that. Do not disturb.
Curse you, Perry the Platypus!
The shot right there with Isabella is very similar to Space Odyssey 2001.
Home, I blame Baljeet.
Hey, I thought we discussed this earlier.
The lyrics, Mom.
And I still like the discombodied reggae space, so I still argue with Baljeet in the background, which is hilarious. Not the best reggae space force, but it is pretty funny. And I blame Baljeet. Moonfarm, very interesting. Now let's see what the ratings installed for us. The plot will get an easy 3. Plot A is intertwined with Plot C, as Plot A focuses on Phineas and Ferb and the gang going to the moon to create a moon farm for the cows, as they really had a fun time with the ice cream and the song as well, which is very good. Plot C focuses on Candace and Stacy focus on making lamb cobbler for Jeremy. As it turned out, they did very well with the food until Plot B intertwined with it with the innator, the dry innator, which causes the lamb cobbler to be dry, and Phineas and Ferb being the wingman, which works out very well. I also like Plot C as well, as Plot B with Doofus works trying to have a green farm, which he didn't, as he trying to use the dry innator for the other guy's garden. It turned out to be plastic, and it is a hilarious way to end it is do not disturb, as Perry the Platypus was put there. There are a lot of funny jokes in there. Characterization will get a 5. I really like the interaction of Perry and Doofus, as Perry and Doofus did use the innator for each other to make themselves dry, but I really like how Doofus and Perry you drinking water in the end, which is very, very cool. And there are some funny guys in it as well. Really like the interaction between Candace and Stacy, with Evian helping them by Phineas and Ferb using the transmitter to guide Candace to make the lamb cobbler. And it's nice to see Jeremy again, even though he doesn't know that the food is dry. But Phineas and Ferb being wingman once again for Candace to be in a relationship with Jeremy to work out very well. Even though the universe is against Candace, the universe is for her when it comes to Jeremy. That shows you why Phineas and Ferb are great brothers to have. Buford, Baljeet, Isabella, they're just the same, as Baljeet arguing with the reggae discombodied Space Force, which is funny. The visuals is a 5. It may not be as stunning as the other episodes. The reason why the visual gets the 5 is because of the pacing and the jokes and the gas, which keeps your interest. The moon farm, the spaceship, Phineas of Candace and Stacy cooking, the innator, the plants that Doofus are, and Doofus painting himself green there, which is very cool. Everything else is very well done, and the song as well. Importance is a 2, and entertainment will get a 5. 20 out of 25, another very good score of 11-minute episode right there. After breaking down 6 episodes, there's not been a single weak one, apart from The Last Train to Buster, which has slow pacing, but the animation's been very well done. Not as spectacular, but it's very good, and it's going to get better overall once the time has passed. Let's move on to the final thoughts. The meme that posted of Jeremy holding the milk and the chicken, which was a couple of days ago while I did the breakdown, which is canon me. Last Train to Busterville is actually a similar title to Last Train to Clarksville by the Monkey. And also, this is the 8th time that Phineas and Ferb went to space, and this is the 2nd time that Buford and Baljeet went to space, and also the 6th time that Isabella went to space. I also saw a post of Olivia Olsen said new episode dropping weekly in Disney Channel. However, the rest of season 5 will come to Disney Plus later, so we don't know whether if there's still a hiatus or maybe it's just a bluff. Just like that, I'm gonna do a new poll of season 3 of Phineas and Ferb. Who is your favourite dynamic duo other than couple being boyfriend and girlfriend? Let me know in the community tab when it goes live. Until then, I hope you have a fantastic day. As always, see ya.